everybody, and welcome back to AlexElliottGolf, and welcome back to the 7th video in this 8-part series. Now, this is the first video of this series I've done out on the golf course, so if you've not already, make sure you check out the rest of the content. The rest of it was all about how we could grip this golf club better, how we could stand to the golf club better, how we get a better backswing, the position at the top of the backswing, downswing into impact, and then follow through for video number 6. So you can see there we've really built an all-round picture of what we like to see happening in this golf swing, and got you some really good drills and feelings in order to take out on the golf course. Now, this is something that I think is a little bit overlooked now. We're on to video number 7 and course strategy on par 3s. Par 3s are something where I think a lot of amateurs struggle, whereas in par 4s and par 5s they feel they've got kind of more shots to kind of recover if they hit a bad one. Now, we're going to talk through a little bit of strategy, where we tee the ball up and how we play the par 3. So we're at Stockport now, we're on the 11th, the par 3 here. It's roughly today we're playing about 180 yards, so it's a relatively long par 3 here. And I really want to address a few points. So point number 1 is all about if I tee the ball up or not. Now, on a par 3, I would always advocate teeing the ball up, whether I'm using an iron, my hybrid, or the 3-wood, I would always tee it up, and especially even with shorter irons too. So first point number 1 is I always tee it up on my par 3s. So I've got my ball teed up here, I've got 6 irons today for 185 yards. So point number 1 is teeing it up. So I want to talk about kind of these sucker flags. Now, many golf clubs have red for the front, yellow for the middle, and white flag for the back. So you can kind of see how you've got your red, white, and the flag's getting towards the back. Now, how many people have stood over the golf ball, 1, knowing if they're aiming correctly, 2, going, oh, should I go for this flag, shouldn't I go for this flag? Now, I would always play for the middle of the green. Now, on par 3s and a lot of kind of members golf clubs, if I go to the middle of the green, then I'm probably only going to have probably a 30-foot putt maximum. And now if I said to you, right, every par 3 for the rest of the season, you could have a 30-foot putt, then guess what? We'd all be extremely happy. We'd all probably make par more than we wouldn't. So, point number 2 is all about, right, let's not get suckered into going for these short flags over water, long flags, tucked away flags. Let's be really diligent and really kind of concentrated on going for the middle of the green. So point number 2 is let's go for the middle of the green. Let's not get suckered into certain flags, especially those flags that are really tight behind bunkers, really tight up to the water. Let's not do that. Let's go to the middle of the green and give ourselves a chance of making our birdie that way. Now, that's not being negative. I think that's kind of a very smart play for people, because guess what? If I aim for the middle of the green, push it, pull it, hit it a bit thin, catch it a little bit less, then the choice of the time, it's actually probably going to get a little bit closer to the flag. If I hit it a little bit further than the flag's at the back, then guess what? I'm actually close to the flag. Whereas if I aim to try and pitch on right at the back flag, hit it a little bit further, then I'm over the back of the green. I'm in a little bit of trouble. Now I've got to make an up and down. So point number 2 is all about let's aim to go for the middle of the green. Now, point number 3 is all about how we can get a routine to get ourselves aligned to this target. Now, I've done this even in tournaments. I've stood over the golf ball. Am I aiming correctly? I know I'm not aiming correctly, but I still hit and pull the trigger. So I want to take that doubt out of your mind. Now, this can start with, like we said before, with teeing at the golf ball, this can start with the logo on your ball. Now, you can see here, I've got a range ball here, but you can see now it's got a black line on it. I want you to align that to the centre of the green. If you took a line from that line on your ball, so if you use a logoed ball, that line, I want you to extend that down your ball to target line all the way to the centre of the green, not the flag, the centre of the green. This is going to really help you maintain that focus on the middle of the green now. So I've got that line. From there, I want you to feel like you're going to pick a target out from that line extended all the way up to the centre of the green. So I've got a divot here in front of me which I can take that from now. Put my club up, make sure I can trace it back down to the ball. Then from there, I want you to maintain that line. I want you to picture that line. I want to keep that line in my head there. I've still got that line because on my golf ball, but picture that line. I'm going to place my golf club in, get my golf club at 90 degrees to that ball to target line. Then from there, take my grip, and then really feel like these feet, shoulders and knees and shot are all parallel to this ball to target line. Then straight away now, I know I'm aligned correctly to the centre of the green. I'm not stood over the ball guessing and having to try and compensate, because guess what, if I aim right and I know I'm aiming right, I'm probably going to miss it left because I'm going to go, oh okay, I can pull it onto target, or if I'm aiming left, oh I can push it onto target. We all very much do that and probably overcompensate, and yes, okay, sometimes we'll hit the green, but 9 times out of 10 it's going to be a bit of luck involved there. So if we can stand to the golf ball correctly, then we're going to really give ourselves a chance of playing these tough par 3. So these 3 points on the par 3. So point number 1, I would always tee up on a par 3. Point number 2, I want you to focus on the centre of the green. Then point number 3 is the routine of how we're going to make sure we're aligned centre of the green. So we'll put the line on our ball, extend it all the way up centre of the green. If you stand behind it, make sure it's lined up correctly. Trace that down to a divot in front of us. Take our alignment straight in there. Keep picturing that line of our ball's target line. Club face down at 90 degrees to that line. Dress position. Know I'm aiming correctly, and then we can pull the trigger. Then from there, I've got no element of doubt. I can create that free-flowing feeling into the golf ball to help hit more greens on par 3s and help lower my scores. So thank you for watching today's video on Alex Elliott Golf, video number 7 of this 8-part series. And this is all about strategy on the par 3s, the dreaded par 3s, Zoe. A lot of us struggle to make those pars and hit the greens because it's a really telltale sign to what our iron play is doing. If we can hit the greens in the par 3s, when I was playing, I always thought that if I can hit those greens, I know my iron play is in a very good place. Now, you could be technically in a good place, but am I doing the 3 points correctly? Am I aiming correctly? So am I choosing the middle of the green? What's my routine to make sure I've not got that element of doubt to where I'm aiming? And number 3, tee the ball up. Let's make it as easy as possible. If we don't tee up, then it's actually probably harder for you to get a better strike. Yes, okay, your better players might not want to tee up, but I would always advocate teeing the ball up on par 3s. So guys, if you've not already, please check out the rest of this series content. It'll all be in the links at the end of the video, but also all over my channel. Please make sure you check it out. Thank you for watching today's video, and be sure to watch the next video on par 4 and par 5 strategy, an all-round picture of how to create a complete golf game. Thank you for watching, and see you next time on Alex Elliott Golf.